Okay. Welcome. This is the players' meeting for the Icebreaker tournament. That's the it's going to be the first event in the Dunedin Black Ice series. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have 4 great tournaments over 4 golf courses. First of all, I just want to shout out to the sponsors. The sponsors for the Black Ice series are RPM Discs and Disco Fever, Casey Brown, who's been dying up a storm. Also want to say thanks to Watercooled Sports and Craig Ladder. He's going to provide a couple of discs for some of the prizes, the closest to pin prizes. I also want to thank Port Chalmers Golf Course. Duncan Harvey's the president, the committee and the members for letting us use the golf course. Once we get there, you'll see how great the course is. We've set up a really challenging course. So quick bit of housekeeping to start off with. The golf course has asked us to carpool to get out there if possible. The car park's not that great. So especially the Dunedin players, if you could try and organise to carpool to get out there. Alternatively, you could drive out and just park in Sawyers Bay. You could park near the school or just around the roundabout and then drive the rest of the way out there. If it has filled up, make sure you don't park along the road, along the sides of the golf course itself, especially because hole 18 travels along the road, and I dare say a few discs will end up going out of bounds onto the road. What else? The weather. It's a winter series, so just be mindful that you're going to need to bring clothes for every occasion. Dunedin can be 15 and warm in winter, or alternatively it can be raining and about 2 degrees. So fingers crossed we get some good weather. The club has asked us to make sure, however, that you've got good shoes. The course is often wet underfoot, and because we've got lots of elevation, it's lots of slopes, your footing can often be a bit compromised, so make sure you've got some good shoes to help with that. Also, the creek, we've had a bit of rain, so there's a few undercuts on the creek. So the last 4 holes, the creek comes into play. So if you go in the drink and you need to find your disc, or if you're throwing from near the creek, just make sure that the bank itself isn't undercut before you throw. Cool. All right. So we've got a 9 a.m. start. So if you could probably be out there by about 8:30, so that we can be walking up to the holes at about 8:45 for a 9 o'clock start. That'd be great. The groups will be online about 8 p.m. Thursday, I think. So look out for that. What else have we got? So all greens are out of bounds, and that will be marked by the shortest cut of the green. If there's any confusion, just make sure you take a couple of photographs, and you can show me or one of the other tournament officials. Once we get back in at lunchtime, we can make a decision. So there will be quite a bit of out of bounds, and that will be marked by flags. So on some of the T-pad signs, it'll say please use a spotter, because there is some pretty thick rough out there. So you just want to make sure that you can see where the discs are going on those ones. The out of bounds, we're going to try and provide some string because it won't be roped off. So if there's any contentious ones, you should be able to use a string between the outside of the 2 flags. And of course, if it's too close to call, then the benefit of the doubt goes to the player. That's right. Hey, Tom.
Yep. Yeah. Any doubts? If you can't conclusively decide that it's out of bounds or not out of bounds, then you are on the side of the players getting the benefit. So yeah. For those played that often, it's player gets the benefit of the doubt if there's any issues like that are really too close to call.
Yep. And because there is some rough, some rough basically. A few discs could go in there, and we might have a few lost discs. So if you can just make sure that you adhere to the 3-minute lost disc rule, just so that we can keep things moving along, that'd be great. What else have we got? We're probably going to have some spectators. I think some of the golf club members are going to come out and have a look. So they won't probably have seen a disc golf tournament before. So just make sure that you might need to talk to them, make sure that they're behind the play. And I mean, they're golf players, so they'll be quiet when you're throwing and things like that. But you can advise them nicely if you want them to act a bit differently. We're also going to have some new players, some first-time players to tournaments. So the more experienced players, if you can just help out if they're struggling with any of the rules. I think the marking the lie rule will probably be the one that might need to be watched. So just point out the A4 piece of paper, kind of advisement for that. You got anything else to say there, Tom, that I might have missed?
No, I don't think so. I think, yeah, if people have got questions about rules, they can come and see us before their round, or if they just want sort of a brief run through of what's expected.
Or you can look up the PDGA rules before you come along. Just have a look through them.
Yeah, you can either look them up on the PDGA site, which is just pdga.com, or for those of you that have UDisc, if you go into the menu in there, there's actually a tab which takes you straight to the rules, and you can have a wee sort of scroll through and make yourself familiar with some of the main ones.
Yep.
But yeah, any confusion or anything, just make sure if you don't know what's happening, you ask other people within your group, because when you're playing a disc golf tournament, it's group consensus that kind of decides any rules while you're out there playing. It's for the most part, it's a self-officiating sport. So
yep. Also, I'm going to have to go out to the course tomorrow and get the drone out and fly through each of the holes, and hopefully put together a wee bit of a video of each of the holes and discuss them if I can, so that people will know what to expect before they get there on the day. Cool. I think that's pretty much that for the play. All right. So at lunchtime, the club has asked me just to tell you that it's a relatively small club room, so we're going to struggle to get all 72 players into the club room at any one time. So hopefully we have some relatively nice weather that if you can eat your lunch outside, or just not crowd inside. And if you're not eating inside, they're encouraging you to wear a mask. The people behind the bar and the barbecues and things like that will be wearing a mask. So we'll see if we can try and do the same. They're going to put on a barbecue, so bring some change. It'll probably just be snags and onions and bread. So that would be good. And the bar will also be open at lunchtime, and they've got a fully stocked bar, soft drinks, chips, nuts, all those type of things, and other beverages if you require that. Let's see, the second round groups and tees, we'll put up either, I think Tom's going to bring his tablet out, or we'll try and get a laptop and a screen going. But if you could just check in with one of us or Tom and just see where we're at again. And tee off will be, for the second round, will be at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and phone coverage should be no problem out there. So you should be able to just look up the groups on your phone as well.
Oh yeah, that will work.
Most part, it's not like Heislander where we're in the wilderness and you've got spotty coverage. It should be no problem out there.
No, it's pretty good. And I guess at the start too, we'll also have a code there to help with the scoring.
I can get you that now if you want.
You remember that? And what side are we using?
It'll just be the PDGA scoring.
Okay.
All the scoring will be on there.
And do we require 2 people to be scoring per group?
You can actually both score on PDGA at the same time, and then it will bring up any errors at the time you put them in. So if you put a different score in on one hole to someone else, it will bring up a clash. Okay. So that will sort that out. I can't find it right now, but I'll find the entry code for the scoring nearer the time. We'll post that probably up with the groups on Thursday night.
I could probably remember it, but I'll probably get it wrong as well.
Yeah,
So
I'll post it up so it's in writing with the groups on Thursday, so it's all in the same place. So you're looking for your group, and then you can find your code for the scoring at the same place. So we'll do it all in there.
Awesome. And then we'll try and do the prize givings as near as possible to 4 or when we've all finished, just so that we can move things through there, and those that need to head off can do. But the bar will be open again after 4 or just beforehand, so you can stop and have a bit of a drink or something like that in the natter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have we forgotten anything, Tom?
I don't think so. I think any details on any of the specifics of each hole should be on each tee sign, which will be at each tee.
I know we're putting those up on the Dunedin Disc Golf Facebook page at the moment, so they'll come through this week.
Yeah, and obviously the only other thing on the notes to bear in mind is that the FA1 division will be playing on BTs.
Yep.
This time, so yeah, bear that in mind. Make sure you check the hole to see if there's going to be a BT on each hole if you're in FA1, and MA1 and MPO will be playing from the main tees.
Yep. Excellent. I think that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think, if any people have got any questions, then they have our emails, I think.
There's an email, or even just messaging the Facebook group or the Facebook event. If you've got any questions about any particular, well, anything really, if you've got any questions, there's plenty of channels to get in touch. Yep. You can either message the Disc Golf Dunedin page, or you can put a comment up in the event page, or if you've got the club email that you should have done with your entry, then you can email there. We'll be keeping an eye on all channels, or if you know any of us personally, you can contact us via other channels.
Yeah.
All
right. Well, we'll see you all on Sunday.
See you next Sunday.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
All right. Yeah. See you later.
Yes, bye.